If there's one word you can put with Joe Carroll, it's prepared. He is prepared. He's prepared for, as we've seen, any eventuality. So how do you escape from that? I don't know. I mean, I do know. Obviously, I can't possibly tell you, otherwise I'll spoil it.
Has your life changed playing this character?
Has my life changed? I don't think so. No, not particularly. I'm still the same old me. It depends. Sometimes people are delighted to meet me, or sometimes they're kind of a little bit alarmed, especially if it sneaks up on them who I am. Single women in elevators are always interesting. When that happens, I try to avoid that if I can, and wait for another man or another woman to come along before I get into an elevator with a woman, because they tend to if it suddenly drops and they suddenly realise who they're with, then that can be a little bit. I spend my life apologising. That's the only way it's changed. Being very English, if somebody goes, "Oh my God, I hate you on that show. I think you're really scary." I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I really don't mean to be frightening. I apologise a lot. We do have a flashback device famously on our show, which we use a lot. So, obviously he should be in it a lot. But I can't. It's the most pointless, useless interview. I don't know why we're here. I mean, it's lovely to see you all.
That is pretty challenging because it's always between seasons. You haven't started filming.
Right. No, and we haven't got a pilot to talk about, and we haven't even started filming.
What do you feel it is about the show that resonates so well with viewers?
I think that's a really interesting question, and what that is about for me, I think it's what I said last year. Probably it's about boogie monsters, and I think what we did a lot last season is have those appalling moments. Do you remember the woman in the diner who got shot with a spear gun, who could just have been any soccer mom, like anybody? Those kind of moments of random violence. I think people, because we live in a world of very random violence.
That's what was so terrifying about it.
It could happen, and I think a lot of people could see that. I mean, it's so the Boogie Monster is a really interesting one because it's not to do with vampires or zombies or fictional things. There are serial killers, and they're out there, and they're wishing us harm. I think anybody who's wishing us harm is a scary idea, because you don't know who they are or where they are, or are they in. There was a scene with Adam where he was in the grocery store and he was looking for the girl to put in the basement, and he approached one girl and she gave him the brush off, and then in the next aisle he found the girl who was working in the grocery store, and just that moment of one giving the brush off and the next one not, and the consequences of that action, I think really went down kind of in a scary way with people. And I think when we get it right on the show, it's very, very successful. I just want to get it more right.